Oh, okay. Let's do this. How's it going, everyone? Texas Man back with another video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you guys would please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy it. Subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos. And I do stream regularly on Twitch at Douglas447. I encourage you guys to go over there and follow. I cover Starfield, Destiny 2. I'm going to be covering Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Delta Force when that drops, and a bunch of other awesome games. Let's talk about Joker 2. I'm sure you guys thought that this was alcohol. I wish it was. Because this movie is a movie that you watch while drinking alcohol. This is a movie that you watch while folding laundry. This is a movie that you watch while you're taking an afternoon nap. This is a movie that you literally just have going on in the background for noise. I want to talk about the fact I'm not going to dive into anything spoiler related. So, if you actually care about watching this movie, which considering the box office numbers, most people haven't cared to see, I just want to let you know this review is going to have no spoilers. But I am going to dive into my thoughts and opinions. So, please keep that in mind. This is an annihilation of the first film. Joker 2, aka Joker, blah 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 blah, is it's an unnecessary film. It is a pointless film. This is a film that I not only plan to not purchase to own, it's a film that I will not watch on purpose again. If I end up watching it, it'll be because I'm watching it with somebody who's never seen it and I'm just going to spend time with them. That's my final thoughts and opinions. Goodbye. No, I'm joking. I got more to say. The film is rated R. There is a lot of language in this film. There is also a brief sex scene. You don't see anything, but the imagery, the whole jerking off between Joker and Harley Quinn in the film is in the movie. So you get enough visual cues and enough audio cues to know what's going on. They don't show anything, but it's there. The film is boring. It's terribly paced. There were several moments while I was watching this film that I nearly fell asleep, and it's really bad. This film is 2.5 hours long, and it's just boring. Okay? You can't make a 2.5 hour film and make it where 45 minutes into it, I'm just like, where is this going? Can we get to something? There's nothing that happens in this movie except for a bomb blowing up. And that's like 10 minutes before the movie ends. Other than that, it is a bunch of wah, 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 wah. There's nothing exciting. There's nothing to keep you hooked or invested. This 2.5 hour movie is a musical and it doesn't even work. Okay? I applaud the people that made this film for trying something different to the superhero formula. You know, I know for a fact on my channel, since I've been doing this for like 5 years now, that I critique a lot of movies being super similar to each other. I will give Joker 2 1 point. I will give it credit for the fact that it did try to do something different. It did try to branch out and be its own thing, stand on its own 2 feet, while also being a sequel to a $1 billion film that no one expected to make that much money on. But to me, the musical moments in this film made the film both confusing and extra long. The plot of this movie literally is like 30 minutes long. This is like a Saturday morning cartoon dragged out to a 2.5 hour runtime. The plot is very basic. It is very small. There isn't much that happens. There is a lot of walking and there's a lot of talking, but there's not a lot of actual engaging action. And even the talking and the walking is not engaging. Like, they reuse a lot of sets. So, and a lot of them are okay. Sorry, guys. A lot of the sets are okay. It's just that you reuse the same thing over and over and over again. I don't know how much this film had for a budget, but you can tell that it was very small compared to the first film. This film destroys the progress of Arthur / the Joker, of what he took in the first film, going through the transformation into the Joker. This film literally repeats it. It literally reboots it again. So at the beginning of the film, Joker no longer exists, which is just a strange thing. So if you watch Joker and then you watch Joker 2 immediately afterwards, it's not a seamless transition like Dune and Dune Part 2. Joker ends, the first film ends with Joker rising to power, being a crime boss, the Clown Prince of Crime, in this universe. Okay, it's a separate universe from what we all know. The second film literally starts off with him being imprisoned in Arkham Asylum. Where was that? That transition and never happened. I'm confused of how that works. So and for whatever reason, he's no longer Joker. It takes him meeting up with some person called Harley, and she's not the Harley Quinn that we know. I'll get to that later. She is in love with Joker, and then at the end of the film, it's, hey, Arthur's not Joker. Joker isn't real. I'm just like, what? It's a complete 360 backwards progress on what made the first film so fun to watch. Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn is fine. I wasn't disappointed in her performance. I was more disappointed in the fact that this Harley Quinn that we have in this film is not the Harley Quinn that most DC fans know. She is just some sort of rich street rat that commits herself to Arkham Asylum because she wants to meet Joker. And then when she figures out that Joker isn't Joker and it's just Arthur, she just walks off and leaves him with his baby. What? Huh? Oh, goodness sakes. The ending is wild, and based on people's reactions that I've seen online, a lot of people are pissed off because of it. I don't want to dive into the ending. If you want to talk about the ending, we can talk about it in the comments. For me, it worked. For me, I'm okay with how it ended. To me, it kind of makes sense. It gives Joker an actual conclusion to his origin. And it kind of seems like Joker and Joker 2, it's kind of like the background story to Joker before we see him in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. Honestly, guys, if you're like me, I'm fine watching the first film and being done, pretending that Joker 2 doesn't exist. It was cool to get, I guess, Joker as an origin story, but this film didn't need to exist, explaining more stuff. This film, it's a jumbled mess. It's terribly paced. There's not a lot of interesting things to keep you hooked. And it's just boring. And furthermore, it's a complete destruction. It is it's a complete annihilation of the first film. Like, if you love the first one, this movie pisses you off. This movie makes you like, oh, you like the first one? Well, too bad, because now, who cares? It even spends, like, good 15-20 minutes doing a rehash of what happened in the first movie. Like, why? Like, have a couple flashbacks, but don't spend 15-20 minutes in a courtroom telling us what we've already seen. It's terrible. So, The only good two things I want to talk about is, good acting. Everyone did a good job in their roles, and the sets, even though they seem limited because of budget constraints, probably they look good as well. But that is it. This is one of the worst movies I've not just seen here in 2024, but one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. It was unnecessary, didn't need to happen, didn't need to be made, and I don't plan to want to have to talk about this film or watch it ever again. So, with that, guys, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.